So what's it take to make good quality videos? Probably more to the point, how much is this going to cost you? I'm going to recommend 2 things that you definitely need and then a few things that you might want. The needs, a microphone and a tripod. You can find a microphone for less than $50 and there are some for under $30. And a tripod, it can be less than $25. There's a list alongside this lesson with some recommendations and links to products. That'll work for you. You'll want to check that out for more specific details about this stuff because we'll just hit the broad strokes here in the video. The microphone, that's the most important purchase that you'll make. You want a lavalier mic, kind of like this one here that attaches to your shirt. You also want a mic that makes it easy for you to plug straight into your camera. And there are details about all that on the attached list. While we're talking about audio, you want some headphones or earbuds. I'm assuming that you have those already. The ones that came with your cell phone, those will work. But you want to be able to hear what it is that you're recording. Next, a tripod. Any tripod will do. When you're interviewing someone, you want that camera to be stable. You don't want to have to think about it while you're trying to talk to them. Cheap little tripods, they run less than $25. Now if you're using a cell phone as your camera, you probably want to add a phone mount that can attach to the tripod, and you can find those for about $10. That's probably it for what you need to buy. Next are a couple of things that might be useful for you. A portable USB hard drive, that's very helpful. Video files, they get big and they can clog up your computer's built-in hard drive. I use portable hard drives for all my work, and when you're done, you can keep the footage and the finished project on that drive so that you'll have it for later projects. By the way, we're not talking about a thumb drive, but an actual USB hard drive. The thumb drives, they're almost always way too slow to work for video editing. A camera. Now, obviously, you need one. What do you have? We mentioned using a cell phone camera, and those work great. I have lots of volunteers who shoot for me on their cell phones, and one time actually I wanted to get some quick footage while my camera operator was using our main camera. I used my cell phone, which is not a great one, and then I edited that footage alongside the main camera stuff. Honestly, no one ever noticed a difference. They work great. If you want to look at a dedicated camera, you don't need a professional one unless you're looking to spend a lot of money. But do look for one that has a microphone input. It'll probably be a little plug that looks like a little headphone plug. Instead it says MIC for microphone. I send my volunteers out with a Canon Vixia R800. It's about $250 and it's a great tiny camera with a mic input. It's easy to use and the images look really good. But again, your cell phone will work great. You do not need to buy a camera. Now you're going to need a computer for video editing. Yours will probably work. You don't need a great one these days, just a decent one. I imagine you know if your computer, if it's slow or not. Don't worry about the internet speed, just the speed of the computer itself. How quickly does it load programs? It can probably handle editing if it was made in the last 4-ish years and is a Mac or a Windows system. If you spent more than $500 on it, it's probably good. If you have an editing software that you use and you like, great, you should use that. If not, I have one that I can recommend and you can get it for free. It's called Hitfilm Express. It's not what I use personally for my work, but it's a good program and it can do everything we're going to talk about in this class. And also it has a great community around it with lots of tutorials to get you started and whenever you have any questions. I'll also give you a basic tutorial to get you rolling. One other thing, you may want to look for tech grants. Now, I imagine what you're thinking, what a great opportunity to write yet another grant, but as an example, most Best Buy stores have grants for local nonprofits. It's a part of the local store, so it's like a one-page sheet. I set up a Boys and Girls Club with a complete video package through a local Best Buy grant. Wrote it up, told them what we needed, and about a week or 2 later, we had all the equipment. You should talk to your local store. And a final note, like a carpenter will always tell you that what you're using, it's the wrong tools for the job and only the expensive tools that they use will work. If you talk to a lot of video professionals or especially film students, they'll tell you that the equipment I'm recommending here, it just can't do the job. Honestly, I don't use the equipment that I'm recommending here for my business. I need higher end, more expensive equipment that can do a lot more things. But that doesn't mean that the equipment I'm recommending can't do the job you want to do. It definitely can. I've sent volunteers all around the world with the same equipment because it's cheap and it works. Don't let anyone discourage you or try to sell you something because of their needs. Let me say this again, you can do this.